You know, most men think of bedtime as the end of the day. A routine. Brushing your teeth, maybe flipping through the news, then lying there, hoping for sleep. But what if I told you that bedtime might be the single most powerful opportunity you have left to reclaim your strength, your confidence, your manhood? Hi, I'm Dr. Catherine Rocker. I've spent over 30 years walking alongside men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, men who believed their best days were behind them. Men who quietly accepted the loss of intimacy as part of aging. Men who thought, this is just what happens when you get old, but I'm here to tell you that decline. It's not inevitable. It's not permanent. And more importantly, it's not about age. There's something I've discovered after working with thousands of men. Your body hasn't stopped responding, it's just been missing the signal. And that signal, it's not a pill. It's not a shot. It's not in a bottle. It's in the food you eat, specifically, what you eat before sleep. Yes. One small decision before bed could quietly rebuild the very circulation and hormone support you thought was gone for good. Tonight could be the night that changes everything. And the food I'm about to reveal? It's not exotic. It's not expensive. It's likely sitting in your fridge right now, waiting to bring your body back online. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover how this humble food works with your biology while you sleep, how real men are waking up with energy, firmness, and connection again, and how one bedtime bowl has helped hundreds feel like themselves again without medication. But first, I need to tell you something most doctors never will: why your body stopped responding in the first place. And trust me, once you understand that, everything else begins to make sense. Let's go there next. Dear friend, if no one's ever said this to you before, let me be the first: you are not broken. And the fact that things have been quieter, slower, or harder down there has far less to do with your age than you think. Let me explain. Inside every man's body is a hidden system that determines how strong, alive, and intimate he feels. It's not testosterone alone. It's not just stress, it's something called the endothelium, a paper-thin lining inside your blood vessels. When it's healthy, it releases a molecule called nitric oxide. That molecule tells your blood vessels, open up. Let the blood move. It's how your heart pumps strong, how your brain stays sharp, and yes, how blood flows where it needs to in those private, deeply human moments. But here's what no one tells men over 60. The endothelium doesn't just wear out. It responds to how you treat it. And the most important time it listens is at night. While you sleep. See, your body has a natural rhythm. At night, it's designed to rebuild. Your blood vessels relax. Your testosterone resets. Your nerves recalibrate. Your muscles recover. But all of that only happens if you give it the materials it needs. And that's where most men unknowingly shut the door. They go to bed hungry. Or worse, with alcohol, sugar, or nothing but stress in their system. They miss the moment when the body is begging for support. And the result? They wake up weaker. Less connected. Less themselves. But here's the miracle: when you give your body the right kind of nourishment in the right form at the right time, it responds. It opens back up. It flows again. It rebuilds what time tried to take away. It doesn't take a miracle. It takes a message. And that message can begin with just one bowl of the right food before sleep. I've seen this work in men who had almost given up. Men who whispered, "I just don't feel like a man anymore," and I've watched them return not only stronger physically but emotionally. More confident. More present. More themselves. One of those men was Frank, a 71-year-old retired engineer from Ohio, who thought his intimacy was over. What happened to Frank might just change how you think about bedtime forever. Let me tell you his story next. Frank was 71 when he first came to see me, a retired engineer from Ohio. Tall, polite, always wore a pressed flannel shirt tucked into jeans. On the outside, he looked like someone who had it all together. But the moment he sat down, his eyes gave it away. There was a heaviness there, not just fatigue, but loss. He cleared his throat, avoided eye contact, then said softly, "Doc, I still love my wife. I still want to be close. But my body doesn't show up anymore." It wasn't shame. It was something deeper. Disconnection. I hear this more than you'd think. Men who haven't lost their desire, they've lost their signal. The response. The surge. The part of their body that used to answer without hesitation, now silent. So I asked Frank something simple. "What do you eat before bed?" He blinked. "Eat? Nothing. I usually skip dinner. Sometimes I grab a cracker or a bit of cheese. That's it." And that was it. The missing link. Night after night, his body had been asking for tools to repair, and receiving nothing but silence in return. No wonder he felt like things were shutting down. They weren't broken. They were undernourished. Unseen. I gave Frank a quiet assignment. No medications. No prescriptions. Just one small bowl before bed. A mix of cottage cheese and raw pumpkin seeds. That's all. He raised an eyebrow. "That's it?" I nodded. "Every night, about an hour before sleep. Think of it as sending your body a blueprint. It's time to restore." He agreed, somewhat skeptical but willing. 10 days later, he sent me a voicemail. And I'll never forget the sound of his voice. Lighter. Stronger. Almost like someone had turned the lights back on. "Doc, something's different. I'm sleeping through the night. I wake up with energy. And the other morning, well, let's just say I woke up feeling 40 again." My wife noticed too. He laughed. Then paused. And added one sentence that made my throat tighten. "I feel like I got invited back into my own body. That's what this is really about. Not just performance. Not just blood flow. But coming home to yourself. Being able to feel, to connect, to offer presence again." And it all started with one bowl. One shift in timing. One quiet act of nourishment after decades of silence. If you've ever felt like Frank, like you're still in there, but fading in the mirror, you need to know, it's not too late. Your body still remembers. And it will respond. In the next part, I'll show you exactly what Frank ate, how it works, and why this simple food before bed could become your most powerful ally for strength, confidence, and the return of who you really are. So, what was in Frank's bowl? Nothing fancy. Nothing trendy. Just 2 ingredients your body still knows how to use even after all these years. A half cup of cottage cheese. And a tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. That's it. Let me explain why this small, humble bowl is so powerful, especially for men over 60. First, the cottage cheese. This isn't just a snack. It's a rebuilding agent. Cottage cheese is rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids for up to 7 hours, fueling your muscles while you sleep. But the magic goes deeper. It contains leucine, an amino acid that tells your body, let's repair. It supports the muscles you can see and the ones you can't. Especially the pelvic floor muscles that support erections, bladder control, and stability. It also holds calcium, which helps your blood vessels relax, easing tension inside the very pipes that carry blood where you need it most. Then come the pumpkin seeds. Tiny, but mighty. They're rich in zinc, the mineral your body uses to create testosterone. And I don't mean synthetic testosterone. I mean your own, restored gently from within. They're also packed with magnesium, which helps calm your nervous system and opens your blood vessels, increasing blood flow not just to your heart but to the parts of you that might have felt distant for a while. Even better? Pumpkin seeds contain tryptophan, which supports deep, uninterrupted sleep, the kind your body needs to release growth hormone and repair itself from the inside out. Together, this quiet pair, a soft spoonful of cottage cheese, a a crunchy sprinkle of seeds delivers a message your body understands. We are not done. And the timing? That's the secret weapon. Taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed, this simple bowl becomes more than food. It becomes a ritual. A signal. A gentle knock on the door of your biology, saying, it's time to rebuild, it's time to come back. This isn't about stuffing yourself before bed. It's not about bulking up or chasing youth. It's about supporting your body's natural rhythm at the very hour it's most ready to heal. Frank didn't just feel better in the morning. He slept deeper. He felt steadier. His voice changed. His posture shifted. His connection to his wife rekindled. That's the quiet power of doing the right thing at the right time with the right fuel. And here's the truth, this bowl can be yours tonight. It doesn't require a prescription. It doesn't need a gym membership. It only needs one small decision and a little consistency. In the next part, I'll walk you through exactly what to expect in the first 7, 14, and 30 nights if you begin this bedtime ritual starting tonight. Because once the process begins, you may start noticing changes sooner than you think. Let me tell you something I've seen more times than I can count. It usually starts with a quiet text. A voicemail. A knock on my office door. And the words are almost always the same, Doc, I think something's happening, not dramatic. Not overnight. But something real. A sense of coming back. A signal that the body hasn't given up, it's just been waiting for a reason to respond. So what can you expect if you begin this bedtime ritual tonight? Let's break it down. Spiral calendar after 7 nights. I slept, like really slept. Most men are shocked by this one simple change. They don't wake up 5 times. They're not tossing and turning. The 2 a.m. bathroom run? Sometimes it's just gone. Instead, something deeper returns: restorative sleep. The kind where you wake up and don't immediately reach for coffee or sit on the edge of the bed wondering, why am I still tired? That first week, your muscles begin to release tension. Your nervous system calms. Your blood pressure dips gently. And in the background, your nitric oxide levels quietly rise. You may not notice it yet in your performance, but something inside is clearing, softening, preparing. Spiral calendar after 14 nights. There's energy in my mornings again. This is when most men look in the mirror and pause. Your steps feel lighter. Your mind more alert. You start humming while brushing your teeth. And when you glance at your partner, you feel a flicker that hasn't been there in years. Biologically, this is when the pelvic muscles begin to recover. The blood vessels regain tone. Testosterone, supported by zinc and deep sleep, starts rising gently on its own. Some men report stronger morning erections. Others say, I don't know what changed, but I feel like myself again. This isn't placebo. This is physiology meeting intention. Your body, saying thank you. Spiral calendar after 30 nights. I didn't think I'd feel this way again. By week 4, the man who started this journey is no longer the same man. Not because of one miracle moment, but because of 30 quiet nights of showing up for himself. That's when the real transformation happens. Not just in strength, but in presence. In the way he holds eye contact. In the way he speaks to his wife. In the way he moves through the world like someone who has returned to his own body. And perhaps the most beautiful part? It feels natural. Effortless. Like this is how it was always meant to be. Because it is. Frank once told me, Doc, I don't feel younger. I feel reconnected. Like the man I used to be. Has been waiting for me this whole time. That's what I want for you. Not a supplement. Not a secret formula. But a way back into your own strength, your rhythm, your quiet power. And it all starts with what you do tonight. In the next part, I'll help you understand why so many men miss this chance and how one small bowl before bed can mean the difference between fading quietly or rising again on your terms. Dear friend, if you've made it this far, I already know something about you. You haven't given up. Not really. You might have been quiet about it, maybe even convinced yourself to settle, but somewhere inside, there's still a part of you that wants to return. To energy. To intimacy. To feeling like a man again. And I'm here to tell you, you are not broken. You're not too old. You're not past your prime. You're not done, you've simply been starving for the right signal. Not motivation. Not willpower. Not another pill. But fuel at the right time, in the right way. Your body still remembers how to heal. It still knows how to restore blood flow, reset hormones, and rebuild strength where it matters most. But like any brilliant system, it needs to be heard. And the way you listen is through action. Small, consistent, nightly action. One bowl. One spoon. One decision before bed that says to your body, we're not winding down, we're rebuilding. I've seen this happen in men who thought they'd lost everything. And I've watched them quietly rise, not back to who they were, but forward into someone even wiser, stronger, more grounded. And if they can, so can you. So tonight, when you open that fridge, pause. Don't just reach for a snack. Reach for a signal. Something that tells your body, you still matter. You're still alive. We are not done. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And if no one else has said this to you lately, let me be the first. I see you. I believe in your restoration. And I'll be here, every step of the way. Now if this message touched something in you, drop a comment below and write, I'm ready. Share this with a brother, a friend, or a father, someone who deserves to know his story isn't over either. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your courage. And most of all, thank you for choosing to rise again. Dr. Catherine Rocker.